Can you tell me about the package in the lounge?
The lounge? A package?
Oui, it is quite hard to miss.
Oh, how silly of me. I must have had my head in the clouds this morning. I'm sorry, I can't help you further.
Ooh. Was she not in the lounge then? Besides the obvious, was there anything unusual about this morning?
Besides the terrible rain? No. I woke, began my duties with Mademoiselle. I had already laid out a clean dress. I helped her into it, and prepared her for the day before getting started on tidying her room as neat as a pin.
Why was she late, then?
And the bracelet was still there when you left the room for breakfast.
I'm sure of it. I had it down before Mademoiselle Angeline.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
We haven't... But she was late coming up, and we haven't asked her. Elizabeth's secret. Oh. Was reluctant to acknowledge the parcel that caused young Fleurette to be so late. Could there be something behind her avoidance of the subject? If there is a reason, I must establish what it is.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Yeah, Luke and her love it. Calming acts as a subtle and private reminder for them both. Yes. Yes. I mean, how is that? Oh, is that the gold band?
Magnifique.
Okay. Perhaps the relationship is more serious than I first deduced. Ooh. Oh. That's... Oh, okay, so it's a wedding ring. Ah, okay. Yes, obviously. They are betrothed, which is why he needs a formal suit.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
I find the thought of such a plan cloaked in secrecy rather romantic, but the secrecy continues to perturb me. Mademoiselle Elizabeth was planning to elope with her beloved Luc, but why would she hide such a joyous occasion? I recall her saying Madame van den Bosch does not look fondly on staff relationships, but I cannot help but think there is something else. Oh, did she... well, yeah, well... It could be that she stole the thing, then.
Certainly, officer.
Seemed rather excited at the mention of Romeo and Juliet.
How could I not be? I may not enjoy his other works.
Good
How
grief.
can one not be blown away by a story of two so deeply in love that they will risk everything just to be together?
Have you read Romeo and Juliet? It's obsessive love, admittedly, on both parts, but... Oh. Oh.
Especially being able to draw similarities between Verona's star-crossed lovers to yourself and your dearest.
But I hadn't told.
Mademoiselle, I am an officer of the law. It is my duty to uncover the truth.
There's no one else here with a name beginning with E. And this L loves E.
Please, you cannot say anything to Madame. She is against staff relationships of any kind. In her eyes, a relationship between staff is nothing more than a distraction.
But he means so much more to you.
Oh, officer, I have found my soulmate. At first, it was nothing more than pleasantries around the grounds. But that quickly changed. I know it's not proper for a young lady to pursue a gentleman. But once I knew his feelings reciprocated my own, why shouldn't I have followed my heart?
Love transcends professional and societal rules.
The mere thought of him was enough to make me blush. But I knew that Madame would never give her blessing. If we wanted to continue, we would have to do so in secret. The summer evenings here are just so beautiful. I often find myself walking around the grounds after my daily duties are complete. And it was one such evening that Luke was waiting for me at the gazebo. He looked ever so handsome. And the poem he had prepared... He had barely started reading and I was already a blubbering mess. Standing there beneath the warm glow of the falling sun, he asked for my hand, and I gave him my heart with no hesitation. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I've been chattering on for so long. You have much more pressing matters than to listen to me rambling aimlessly.
One should never apologize for such a charming and bewitching story of love.
Was it?
But you are correct. While the culprit still eludes us, my work is not yet complete.
The love Mademoiselle Elizabeth and Luke share is obvious, and yet she remains respectful of Madame's ruling, no matter the ridiculous nature of it. I cannot see her defying her code and stealing the bracelet. Really?
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
But she hasn't explained why she was late. Isn't that a thing? Okay, we now have a thing here. Right. Don't ignore it into the password. Cassandra watched Florette after she returned. Can I pair it up with this?
Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically.
I mean, the point is that the logic is illogical. Ba-dum-ba-dum, note from Luke. No. Florette claims... There's more than enough of those in the house. Yes, you watched her. Previously mistreated. Is that the pair we need?
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
I thought that would have made sense. That this isn't a one-off. With the crying?
I must act on thought.
Oh. Running an errand. How does that make sense? Elizabeth must have requested would Florette attempt a crime again under such scrutiny?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
I don't know what you're trying to say. Constantly busy and under the watchful eye of Madame, Florette lacked an opportunity to take the bracelet. Why would Madame accuse her? I mean, I was thinking that. Oh, there aren't any connections. But yeah, I'd already kind of said that. So what am I meant to do now? I'm confused. Like, is there like a talkie thingy that I need to do? Okay, that one's done. That one's done. So there's something I'm missing. Some piece of evidence, then, that I'm missing. Well, let's go back into the lounge and see if there's something in there. I'm kind of slightly terrified now that this is called the prologue. But yeah, there's more evidence. Right, so we've already done those. Oh, letter! I had missed something. Don't always agree with the telephone companies and their charges, but ignoring the bills will not make them disappear. Madame, despite our efforts to contact you regarding your account, we have not received any response from the previous correspondence. With that in mind, you're being served a formal notice of 30 days from today to make a full payment on the outstanding balance, or we will be forced to revoke your service. If you'd like to discuss the matter or have any further questions, please contact us immediately, Monsieur Beaumont, Bell Telephone Company. Ooh. Right, okay, so... final demand... and the telephone not working.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
She doesn't have a lot of money. Not surprised the telephone does not work. One cannot just ignore the financial responsibilities. They're ignored. Now pair them with selling heirlooms.
What a revelation.
The family must be in a far worse position than I thought. I wonder if such desperation led to drastic actions. Desperate for money. Valuables are insured. Yes, we said this before.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Cannot be a coincidence that what is not being sold has been recently insured. There's more to Madame Van den Bosch's accusation of Florette than it seems. A young maid would make for the perfect scapegoat, and with such coincidental timing ensuring the bracelet, there are still questions to be asked. Alright, okay, so that space is now done. So now we must go outside and we must bother Cassandra again.
Really, officer, you are wasting both your time and mine.
Right, questions. Oh, questions with the red exclamation indicate the dialogue challenge is available for this character. So use the what? Dialogue challenge? What are you talking about? Okay, well, we got to do it. Push on information regarding finance.
If you have something to ask, officer, I suggest you stop wasting my time further and just get on with it.
From here, pay attention to the question marked with the shield breaker as you make your choices. Depending on how you approach Cassandra, you may or may not be able to extract new evidence from her. I've already seen and heard how hard this was sensitivity. So, yes. So we want to be understanding. My apologies, madame. I was merely thinking about what Florette has done to your family. No, I'm just considering all avenues. There is much for me to contemplate. Like, that's the argument I always want to make. Is it's like, well, if I don't go through all these avenues, then, you know, I'm going to get in trouble, and the defense will be like, oh, you didn't look into this thing. But yeah, it says approach with some sensitivity. So let's be understanding. I think it's probably the better way to do it. I'm usually thinking about what Fleurette has done to your family.
And this is how she repays me? I will not be happy until I see her sufficiently punished.
I'm grateful for your vigilance. It's time for the proper authorities to have fate. I can understand your anger. Her actions broke your trust. You have and have affected you all. Yeah, affected you all.
I am glad you have finally come to your senses and have seen her guilt.
It must be difficult raising Mademoiselle Angeline and running the house alone.
It is challenging at times, I will admit. But I can assure you, the Van den Bosch name is as strong and prevalent as it has always been. I have tried my best to provide for Angeline, although sometimes she may not see it that way. She is not to know about what we have discussed. It is my burden to carry.
We haven't discussed anything.
You are accepting the hand you have been dealt and raising a fine young mademoiselle. That is all that can be asked of you.
What? Have I... It went green, so I can't have failed, I wouldn't have thought.
And you have done nothing but bother my staff and my family. I cannot stand here any longer and let...
What? Offers me the smallest slither of emotion showing how she cares for her daughter before she makes haste for the door. Is it out of embarrassment or perhaps something she is still trying to hide? Perhaps time I continue my investigation elsewhere. Oh, you broke down the defense and obtained some new evidence. Did I? Theft fits Cassandra's... We already had that. That's not new information. That way?
I cannot see the logic in this.
I can't see the logic in this either, Poirot, but...
Order and method.
Because... Right. Theft fits the thing. Fleurette had no opportunity. Right, is it this?
Is there something...
Oh, right, so it's a cross. Theft fits and Fleurette had no opportunity.
What a revelation!
Would Madame seize the opportunity in an attempt to improve and continue to hide her financial woes? I mean, yeah. Okay. Fleurette was a scapegoat. Yeah, we knew that. What if... Right, let's go upstairs. Maybe I should followed her, actually, but... We're in here now. We're gonna go... Maybe there's something else in here. Oh, cleaning rag.
Ah,
It's covered in black powder. It would not be too much of an assumption to think this has come from dealing with the fireplace. The fireplace. Wait, what? I missed this last time. This must keep the room rather snug on a cold evening. I believe I found everything here that can help me uncover the truth. Perhaps I must consider what exactly these clues mean. Okay, so that's everything, all of the things we can click on. Right, so this gives me some insight, apparently. The fallen soot. But there's no cleaning thing. No, and the abandoned poker with the fallen soot?
I must act on thought and fact, not on impulse.
Oh, the personalised handkerchief. Oh, that and the cleaning rag.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Perhaps the handkerchief was used to clean up what the rag did not. Insufficient cleanup. Fallen soot. Nope. Okay, we go and talk to Elizabeth. Oh, dear. Okay, so we've now discovered everything. So that means that we're pretty much sorted. All it is now talking to people and making these random connections that I don't fully understand.
Certainly, officer.
You know, by any chance happen to be missing an initialed handkerchief?
Why, yes, officer. I misplaced it after wiping a stain from Mademoiselle Angelieve's sleeve at breakfast. You are a great detective.
You are not the first to say. Had she not noticed it herself, I imagine Madame would not allow even the smallest imperfection.
It baffles me how she couldn't have. It was only luck that I spotted it before Madame, and a good thing I did.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Why?
Your assistance has been invaluable.
Why was that important? That you saw that before Madame did?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Apparently. She must have used the cleaning rag to reach into the chimney, keeping her hand soot-free. Oh, Angeline did that. Inspect the chimney. She hid the memento box. Did she know what her mum was doing then? Or what we suspect her mum was doing? I wonder if Mademoiselle Angeline noticed Madame's abrupt departure. Okay, well, we'll talk to her about that then.
The longer you're here, the further...
Would you say that your maman is happy with young Florette's work?
Maman is never happy with anything these days. Also, Florette does have a habit of not doing things exactly how Maman wants them done.
And how does she react when she sees Florette not doing things the correct way?
Maman has the temperament of a kicked cat. Florette has often been on the wrong side of it.
Oh dear.
That is how she responded today?
She was shouting at her, and when Florette would not admit she took the bracelet, Maman really lost her temper. I have not seen her that angry before.